Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today, I am fully convinced there is something bigger going on than is on the surface, because this is not only the first, second, but third article from mainline gun control media sources questioning California's gun control and why isn't it working. I'm going to be flat out honest. There is an underlying motive here, and we are going to explore it and blow it up right now. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And if you are a new or returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and turning that notification bell on. We need as many of you as possible to get in the fold so we can pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation as effective as possible. And thank you so much in advance for your consideration. Now, today's content is brought to you by a new sponsor called Aura. I'm going to say a quick word from them, and then we are going to hit it. Financial fraud happens everywhere in the United States every single day, and like you, I am vulnerable to it as well. My own personal story, my wife has had her credit card stolen while she was getting gas and would never have noticed that our money was being used incrementally across the United States had she not been looking directly at the app when it was occurring. It is because of this story that I'm happy to partner with our sponsor, Aura. Now, Aura is an easy-to-use app that includes everything you need to stay safe online. Aura protects you from scammers and hackers by scanning the dark web where criminals sell stolen information, looking for your emails, passwords, and social security numbers. It alerts you fast if it finds anything. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up right now at Aura, they will give you a 2-week free trial with my link. Go to my sponsored link, aura.com, in the description box below and get your 2-week free trial for yourself. And thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this content. All right, my brothers and sisters, as I mentioned in the introduction, we are going to hit this because I am convinced this is now an organized motive to curtail gun rights even further by questioning gun control. This is very nefarious if this is indeed what's going on. Let me know what you think in the comments field below. Let's hit it because there is stuff to talk about. This is from the New York Times. This is gun control extraordinaire outlet right here, okay? We've also seen NBC, we've seen Politico, we've seen the AP, lots of mainline sources. Check this out. California has more than 100 gun laws. Why don't they stop more mass situations? The state is still reeling from back-to-back attacks that have left at least 19 people dead. The killings have spurred lawmakers to call for more regulations. Okay, so that's what you would expect to see from New York Times, but not the questioning element. Again, this is important because as they go down this little aspect, everything is orchestrated. These are the same people, just with different organizations. Check this out. Came out today. Sacramento. California bans guns for domestic violence offenders. It bans them for people deemed a danger to others or themselves. There is a ban on large capacity magazines and a ban on noise muffling silencers. Semi-automatic guns of the sort colloquially known as assault weapons are famously banned. That's a really good little sentence until I messed up that word. Anyway, the point is, they're laying out all of these things that are not working. We say it all the time on this channel, but for the New York Times and the leftist media who want gun control to say it, there's an ulterior motive. And we're about to get to that because this is what we have to be aware of what they're doing because they are using it to advocate for further control. Yet this month, those laws failed to stop the massacres of at least 19 people in back-to-back mass situations. The tragedies in Monterey Park and Half Moon Bay have confounded Americans who regard California as a best-case bastion of gun safety in the nation awash with firearms. Okay, we know the normal marketing stuff they just did there, but they've got a point. The left reveres California gun laws as the status quo, the standard, the best-case scenario, and yet it fails. Now, you and I know on every level that's 100% true. But for the media, the people who have advocated for these exact same processes across the board nationally for a very long time, you question why they do it. And we're getting to the exact point of why they do. Because again, this is becoming a pattern and you guys know how I love patterns. Inside the state, gun rights proponents say the shootings show that California's strategy is a failure. It is. Gun safety groups, meanwhile, have already begun mobilizing for more laws and better enforcement. Get ready, here comes the turn. As details emerge in the investigation, numerous shortcomings have been highlighted, even with California's voluminous law. Now, this is the important part right here, because the question that I'm about to read to you is something you would not expect in the New York Times, and then it pivots. More broadly, however, the shootings are offering a lesson in the limits of state power to stop American gun violence. even with the political will at all levels of the state government to do so. So in that sentence, they are openly saying this doesn't make sense. They have the will to do it. They have everything imposed. And yet we're questioning the state's ability to stop gun violence from existing. Does you see where the pivot's about to come? Just wait, because here we go. Watch the turn. I'm telling you, you're going to see this a lot more. Quote, I don't mean to sound forlorn, but I've been watching this for decades, and I'm a gun control type of guy. And I just see nothing coming out of it, said Steve Wagstaff, the district attorney in San Mateo County, where 7 agricultural workers were fatally gunned down. Quote, California has had some good laws, but they're not as good as they could be. Bing! Right there. I'm a gun control kind of guy. It just doesn't seem to work. So we obviously need more of it. That's the turn. Watch this. Let's talk to Rob Bonta, the Attorney General of California, famous for leaking a gun owner's data, infringement on Second Amendment rights, and throwing Gavin Newsom under the bus in his most recent attempt at gun infringement. But let's continue. Rob Bonta, the California Attorney General, said the concealed carry revision is essential, as are tighter gun restrictions. Quote, is there something new that hasn't been done? That's what we're asking ourselves. Well, that's interesting, because if this entire article is angling for the idea that gun control does not work in California, you've seen the same types of articles in ABC, NBC, Politico, and now the New York Times, all known gun control advocacies. Why would they conclude with what has been done? What else can what can be done? See what they're doing? They're slowly setting the stage for, we tried to respect your rights. We tried our hardest, but you just can't have them because we just can't trust you. That's where this is going. Get ready. This is going to be one heck of a rest of a year, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode. I'm Braden. See you later.